Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Apex After Hours. This is the Apex Experience. I'm Fallout, aka John Keffelucas, joined with the rookie, the legend, the only rookie in ALGS history to win a championship in his very first ALGS appearance. It's none other than Xynew of DZ. Xynew, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
This guy's going
Glad
through
to be
like
in the
his
show.
Jordan flu era right now because he's actually sick as a dog and didn't even say anything about it in the open. I appreciate you doing the show while sick, man. It's been a crazy week for you. I know you're on the Apex pod with the boys. Travel back all the way from London. How's the week been, man? How's everything been since London?
The traveling was horrible. I don't like international flights at all. I don't think anyone does. But I got stuck in Texas for a night. I sucked. Got home, got sick, and that's just been it.
Jeez, dude, it's like you had all your good karma over the week, won the championship, everything was fantastic. You spent it all your bad karma is being spent now. That's actually miserable.
Yeah.
But outside of all those terrible things, how's it feel to be a champ, man? I mean, 17 years old. I think if I actually, it's another statistic. I'm always like the historian, librarian of Apex. I try to be. I think you're the youngest player to win a championship officially. How's it feel to be 17 years old and win a championship, man?
That's insane. I still like can't believe it sometimes. I'm just like, wow, I won that land. I don't know.
Feels like you're in a dream.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. That's awesome. Well, it's a testament to all the hard work you put in. Your entire story is amazing, and that's the reality, man. The reason we do this little show is because there are so many great personalities and people and stories in Apex Legends, but not enough storytelling for people to understand your story start to finish. I mean, some people, that are just ALGS everyday fans maybe know you as the guy that joined DZ from Meat Lovers. Some people know you as Xynew, the ranked grinder who spent hours and hours and hours grinding and streams all the time, puts in the work. Some people know you as the kid on Xbox that used to shit on them back in the Xbox days when there's no one's ever kind of told the story or helped you tell the story start to finish. So I'm excited to have a chance to do that here. Very, 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 very first question. We're going to jump into the winning moment, but very, very first question. If you could describe yourself, if someone said, "Who is Xynew?" How would you describe yourself to somebody?
I don't know. That's a tough question. I think I don't know, man. I try to be like really nice. I in my stream, my community, I try to be like really welcoming and stuff. Like I don't like to have like an ego or anything like that. Pretty much that's just it. I don't know. I don't like being like cocky about anything. Just want to be like a nice guy.
I love it. At no point did you say kid that dominates Apex that's gonna shit on you if you face him in a game of Apex. At no point did you talk any trash or anything. You really just said a kid who's humble, who has good vibes. If you stop by the stream, you're always gonna be nice to a person that stops by. You treat the janitor the same way as you treat your teammate. Zero, well, maybe not actually. Probably treat Zero.
No.
But I respect that, man. That's awesome. Well, obviously, we have a lot to talk about today. Just to preview the show for everybody watching. First things first, I'm excited to actually start with the bang. We're going to start with the winning moment, the moment that this young man had a chance to win a match point finals and hoist the trophy at the LGS Split 2 playoffs in London just last weekend. We actually have a clip from that moment. We're then going to jump into the beginning of his story, how he got his start in Apex Legends as a gamer, his life before Apex Legends, get to know Xynew behind the curtains a little bit. And then we're going to jump into the rest of the trajectory and journey. Obviously, joining Meat Lovers, moving from Xbox to PC, grinding ranked, joining Meat Lovers, joining Dark Zero, winning a championship. We'll talk ALGS London, and we'll wrap up with looking to the future and what we can expect moving forward. Does that sound like a good topic of cards here for you, Xynew?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome, man. I'm excited to dig in. Again, thanks so much for doing this, especially while you're sick. We
we
gave this guy like 7 outs. We said, dude, we can totally cancel this, reschedule it. He said, nope, I made a commitment. He's here, he's locked in, but the guy's sick as a dog, got sick traveling back. So I appreciate that. First things first, the winning moment. Before we show the clip, walk me through the match point finals. It was your first. No, you played in the regional final. So it was your second match point final that you ever played in. But this one obviously on LAN, your first LAN. Talk me through the entirety of the experience in totality. What was it like playing on LAN? Did it feel similar to online? Were you nervous at all? Be honest.
LAN's like complete opposite of online. Like everything's just different, literally everything. But I honestly wasn't nervous at all. I was nervous my first LAN game, and then we got like second, and Zero was like this entire time we were playing. He's like, you guys got to be confident, And I was like, you know what, you're right, man. This is like it's the same thing. Like when you're playing the game, it's the same thing, but at LAN, it's complete. You like look up, you like forget you're there, and you'll like be playing, you'll look up and be like, oh my god, I'm on a stage. I completely forgot. And then I don't know. I was just really confident after that. I don't know. It's completely different
Wow.
though. Completely different.
Yeah, interesting. So in some ways the same. Like once you're locked into your game, you feel like you're just
Mhm.
playing Apex Legends. But
Yeah.
the game, when you say completely different, do you mean the nerves, the experience, the whole thing, or do you mean the game actually legit feels different? The
The
intensity.
experience, honestly. I mean, some people play it a little different at LAN, but
Hmm.
I don't think it's that big of a difference.
Love it. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Some people they ain't got the ice in their veins like some do. I think safe to say after you won the championship in your first LAN, you do, man. You played incredibly well. Kudos to you and the entire team. Let's actually walk through the winning moment. We actually have a clip for the winning moment. Let's take a look and walk through the very, very last moment, that last game in the match point final, where you guys ended up sneaking your way to a top finish. Let's watch.
As a voice, esports were down to just 9, and Dark Zero is still alive. Firebeaver's eliminated too, and look at this, Vane's still alive. Vane's still alive, smokes go down, but it's Dark Zero.
Our mics are still hot. We can talk through this. So here's kind of an earlier on 8 squads left. You guys are basically just being a nuisance, but also kind of playing a little small here. Walk me through what your kind of strategy. What are the comms like at this point?
They were really hectic. I'm not gonna lie. The comms were pretty crazy, but we were just trying to like not like show ourselves. We were just trying to like coexist and like wait for someone to like do something that we could play off of, you know. So we were just sitting here. We had like no heals, and we were just like just waiting, honestly. And then and the energy above that team Jen's staring at right now ended up walling, so we were able to play like a little more free, and just like actually play how we wanted to.
Yep. Yeah, we'll show that here. Let's keep the clip rolling. That wall was a blessing, man.
Yeah,
Because honestly,
yeah.
you guys are in between Fnatic and RG, quite a few teams, right?
Yeah.
Fnatic going to play aggressive.
7
NRG's
teams
nearby. Yeah. Oxygen, I think it was Vayne that was ratting. I mean, in a lot of ways, you don't survive here. But is this the wall here from NRG you're talking about?
Yeah.
Gave you guys a chance to play a little more freely. From Fnatic's point of view, this is obviously Wig's stream. We'll run it back to y'all here. On board with the boy. You just decide to basically melt that kid, end his life, delete him. Now walk me through what's going on here.
Well, Vayne, he was a solo and he like took an evac and landed on Jen, and Jen like, there's a guy on me. So me and Zero turn around. He ends up killing him, and then Zero, he just runs, throws a Horizon Q, and we didn't even like need to say anything. We just like all ran to the Horizon Q, and we just like played it perfect. I don't know, man. We really did just play it amazing.
Let's keep the clip rolling here. Played to perfection indeed. You felt like you wanted to take this fight. You got the Seer scan. You decided to start approaching the Horizon Q. The Horizon's going to keep you at bay. 3 other squads here.
Oh my god, DZ could do it here.
A couple solos, right? But this late game moment, walk me through this part.
So we see, I'm not sure if Zero calmed it or not, but he throws the Horizon Q, and I see the Horizon Q, and I just run straight to it. And then as we look down and we see both teams fighting, and I don't know, man. I just like actually it's funny because we killed the second guy and I thought it was over. I was like, about to like freak out, and there's one guy left, and I'm like, where is he? So I turn around and then we kill him, and then we all just stand up.
Jen gets on the table.
Yeah, dude, he did that like 3 times. I got so mad at him.
The boy's a ham. He likes to eat it up. That's awesome, man. And honestly, raw emotion from you. Yeah. You guys did like not know how to celebrate. It was just pure raw emotion.
Yeah,
you're like gyrating, you're shaking in excitement. Did you black out? Do you remember that moment clearly?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it, man. It's insane. I don't think I'll ever forget it. You just like, it's no other feeling. You'll never, like, winning a LAN is just something.
Awesome, man. That is awesome. Gosh, what a moment, what an experience. Congratulations again on the dub. The way you guys did it, obviously you had to think you were still up, right? It was Zero. Did you get knocked at the very end there?
It was me and Zero alive still.
It was you and Zero alive still.
Yeah.
But you both had collectively, I think, like at the very end,
yeah, like
collectively maybe 35, 40 HP. I mean, it's just a matter of bullets that could have made somewhat of a difference there. But the fact that both of you alive, you guys are basically like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan from Rush Hour. I don't even know if you know the reference of that movie because you're 17 years old. Please tell me you've seen Rush Hour. Have you seen Rush Hour before?
I'm pretty sure I have, man. I don't know. I don't want to piss you off.
Oh, he hasn't. He's trying to be nice. He hasn't seen Rush Hour. That's your homework. I'm gonna give you homework.
Okay, I'll watch it.
You have to go watch.
I'll watch
Rush
it when
Hour.
I'm laying in bed.
That's right. Yeah, don't forget. While you're laying in bed sick, watch Rush Hour 1, 2. You could skip 3 if you want. Don't worry about that. Basically, you're tag teaming like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. You guys get the dub. I heard on the Apex pod. Shot, by the way, if you guys have not, anyone watching have not listened to the Apex podcast yet with Wyatt, Enoch, and the boys, make sure to go check that out. It was an awesome discussion that you had with the guys. you basically went to the backstage, called your mom, I think tears streaming down your face, pure emotion.
Yeah.
Talk about that moment. What was going on?
It was insane, man. That was like right after we won. I think it was after we went on the stage actually. So we went back, got all our stuff, and then I was like, I gotta call my mom, man. I gotta call my mom. So I went and called her, and I just like couldn't believe it. I don't know.
Awesome, man. That's when was it the conversation with your mom when the tears started coming, when the emotions started hitting you, or before?
Yeah. No, that was with my mom. Yeah.
It was mama. It always happens that way, man.
It always
That's
is.
awesome. Yeah. Is it what's your relationship with your mom like? Has she been supportive since day one, or was it a little bit of a rocky start? You had to convince her to let you really pursue this thing, to drop out of high school, or not drop out of high school, to take online classes. What was that like?
Well, when I was on console, it's like you're not really gonna do much on console, so she like hated it. But as soon as like my brother, I don't know if you watched the podcast, but I explained it. My brother was like the big reason I got a PC, and as soon as I got a PC, I started like actually like streaming and stuff, you know, and like making it something. And then she's like became really supportive of it, you know, like once you actually start doing stuff and like you see stuff coming back and you're not just like doing something, you know, it's a lot easier for her to understand, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Versus it looks like you're just
just doing
seemingly
nothing.
just putting hours and hours into the game, but not doing anything with it. And yeah, that makes sense. It was similar. I actually, true story. I made my mom a 5-page or 5-slide PowerPoint as to why she should let me go to my first ever LAN. It wasn't until I started going to LAN, I brought home like a $100, $200 check that she started supporting. So, yep. And then it was like smooth sailing from there. Is that how it is now with your mom? She's all in?
Yeah. She's completely fine with everything. She didn't like
awesome.
that I was going to London by myself, you know. Well, I wasn't by myself. I technically had to have like a guardian for EA, but
who was your guardian?
It was Christian. I don't know if you saw. He did like a vlog of all the stuff we did, but it's on the comp Reddit. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, that's awesome, man. I had a chance to see that yet. And, you know, as great of a discussion as it was with the Apex Pod boys, it might be a little bit repetitive because I know you just talked to them a couple days ago. But I want to give people here a chance to kind of hear the story for themselves for the first time as well, if that's okay. So, walk me through life before Apex Legends. So before Xbox, before PC, who was Xynew at like 13, 14 years old? You know, have you always been the same kind of happy-go-lucky, very friendly, you know, kid? Were you always big into video games, or what was life like before Apex Legends?
I wasn't always like huge into video games. I mean, I'd play them, you know, like everyone loves video games, but I used to like play football, baseball, all that stuff. And then I think the biggest thing was COVID, you know, like for everyone. When that happened, I was like, I'm gonna start playing video games a lot more, you know, like not much else you could do. And then Fortnite, everyone started playing that. That came out, and then someone like introduced me to Apex around like season 6 or 8, and I've just been hooked ever since then.
Wow, that's awesome. So sports, you played team sports growing up. Were you really competitive in sports, or you just kind of played casually? Do you attribute any of your personality, your work ethic, your ability to work as a team, anything into sport, your competitive nature due to sports?
Yeah, you have to be like very like you have to take criticism. You know, you can't just like that's the worst part about like being a player on a team. It's the biggest reason you can fail. If you can't take criticism and become a better player, you know, it's never going to work out.
Yep. So you think sports helps in that regard? Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome. Were you a good athlete?
Yeah, I played baseball for like 8 years. Played football for like a few. I'd say I was good.
Yeah. Ultimately decided to quit baseball and football. Was it to pursue gaming full time, or you just lost a passion for it?
It was when COVID happened, so I just like stopped playing sports in general.
Got it. Literally, physically could not play sports.
Yeah.
So obviously stopped for that.
Yeah.
Never started again because Apex took off.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So you got an Apex late, man, compared to most. I mean, a lot of people you talk to, day oneers, they grind to the game early. You talk to Verholst, you talk to a lot of the other peers of yours with similar stories. You started season 6 or season 8, like you said. Just what was it that made you fall in love with Apex early on?
I mean, the game is just like so complicated. It's just like so much to learn. You're like, damn, I wanna get good at this game, you know, like figure it all out. So I just like it took me a while. It took me a long time to like get used to all the abilities and stuff, and like there's just so much to the game. It's insane. Like it's one of the hardest games to go pro in, I think, with all like the stuff going on, end games. It's like very hectic. So I mean, I just wanted to like learn the game. I'm always like, if I do something, I always want to get good at it. And I was like, just a game. I was like, I'm gonna get good at this game, you know.
Yep. Yep. The complexity of it, the skill gap, and I agree with you. I mean, look, I've been a pro across a couple titles. I've been casting multiple titles. I've been doing this for a while.
Mhm.
I think going pro in Apex is harder than most titles I've ever, actually all titles I've ever competed in or casted personally. So I
Mhm.
agree with you. The skill gap is insane. Um, what when was it that you found out about ALGS and competitive Apex? Did you become a fan? Did you start watching streamers early on? Like, what got you hooked into competitive Apex and wanting to learn about like late games, end games, etc.?
That was when I switched to PC because I came to PC. I didn't really like care too much about competitive. Like I knew what
So
it
you weren't a
was,
fan.
but
You didn't watch LGS. You didn't
no,
watch
not
any
really.
streamers.
I didn't know anything about it. I mean, obviously, like who wins, like the lands and champions and stuff, because that's just everywhere. Like even when you're on console. I mean, I didn't really know much at all about competitive, like not really anything. But that was as soon as I switched to PC. You realize like everyone's playing competitive, so you're like, I'm gonna give it a try, because ranked isn't it. You can't just play rank, It's pretty bad. So I just like started watching people's scrims, watching people's streams, and then playing, and just from there, got here. I don't know, pretty much it.
One thing led to another. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to those details. That's interesting though. If you had to pick one player that early on you started watching their streams and kind of learning from, who'd you admire the most before you were that guy? Was there anybody?
I didn't really have
Not
any
really.
like competitive people that I watched like that. No, I just like watched
Okay.
everyone. Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. You kind of watch a little bit of everything.
Mhm,
Interesting.
mhm.
Yeah. So you honestly, at no point were you ever just like, I'm a huge fan of this esport. You were always just like, okay, I'm playing this game. I want to get better at this game.
Yeah.
I have one mission. That was your mission.
Yep.
It's awesome, man. Back to kind of the family side. Talk about your family a little bit. So you talked about your mom. Any other siblings? Is your dad similarly involved? Anyone else involved?
My grandparents are really like supportive about it now. They're at this weekend at LAN. They were watching every day. She came out to our house with my mom, and they were watching in the living room the entire time.
Awesome, dude. That's awesome. You talked about your brother. Was your brother the one who got you into games in the first place? You said he's the reason you got a PC. What's the story there?
No, he was just really supportive about it all. He helped a lot with how getting the PC and stuff. But I think I've been playing longer than him, like video games in general.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So he basically just helped make it happen. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I love it. Okay, well, shifting gears then. So you mentioned you started playing, you switched from Xbox to PC. On Xbox, you were just kind of a ranked grinder. You loved the game, fell in love with the game, but didn't really know much about competitive. Got your PC, courtesy of some help from your brother. Obviously, a great investment from him. Just made. Did you make $100,000?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Great. Quite the return on investment. You gonna do anything for your brother now, or what? Take him out to dinner?
Maybe.
I haven't thought that far yet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, obviously, great return on investment. You get a PC. The first thing you did, I'm guessing, was you started grinding ranked. What was the time frame? Do you remember like month, year? Was it mid 2022? Was it early 2022? When was the
I
time
think it
frame you
was
got a
like
PC?
I think it was like season 13 or 14. So it wasn't that
was.
long ago. Yeah.
It wasn't that
Whatever
long
that
ago
was.
at all.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Season 13, I don't know if my memory serves me correctly, was around this time last year, maybe a little later.
Yeah.
April.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Shout out to B-Make, our producer, saying April 2022. Okay. So literally 14, 15 months ago, you started your competitive journey. You didn't join a team yet, but you got a PC.
Yep.
You went straight to ranked. Did you have any teammates at the time, any connections, or you just, I'm gonna put my head down and grind ranked and I'll prove myself? What was it? How
There were some people from console. There were some people from console that I knew, but like other than that, you just like play with them, and then they have their friend groups because they've been on PC for a little longer, and then it's just like a spiral. Just find a lot more people to play with.
Got it. Okay, and that's actually similar sort of me. Yeah, I started off competing with my cousin, his friends, and then eventually, sadly, had to leave the boys from console behind and join a team.
Yeah.
Was it the same? Did you go from like playing with your friend group from console to playing with tech right away, or what was the path?
I've had a good amount of teams, but Tech was my main like team. He was my first pro league team. He helped me a lot, and like how that worked out. Like he told me what I was doing wrong. But yeah, he was like my first team. Like that actually meant something.
Wow. Okay, so you went from basically having a group of console players you grinded ranked with to your first competitive team that you actually competed with right away was Meat Lovers.
Yeah.
It was you, Funk, and Tech. This last pro league.
Mm-hmm.
No in between. You had no comp experience at all before then.
No, I mean I played like Challenger Circuit, but like other than that,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you played a few Challenger Circuit tournaments, but you never had like a set team that you scrimmed with or played VZN scrims or anything like that to grind with, or you did a little bit of that too?
Not like really the set team. No.
Okay. kind of hopped around a little bit. That's crazy, man. So that's a good segue. So talk to me about the journey to joining Meat Lovers in Tech. Did he find you? Did you hit him up and say, "Give me a chance"? How did that connection point originally happen?
It was first of all, it was me, Euban, and Tech. Um, and from there, like it was a hard decision, but me and Tech ended up letting Euban go, and then picking up Funk, and then we played out our pro league split, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
And that's happened. And how about even before then? How did you get in touch with Tech? How did you meet Tech for the very first time? Was it just a Twitter exchange?
It
or
was
he
from
hit you up, you
Euban
hit him up?
because Euban had asked me to. I'm pretty sure he had asked me to play, or I had asked to join his team, and then he picked up Tech, and then from there on, yeah.
Okay. So you've been made the connection. So that must have been tough to obviously
Yeah.
have to make that tough decision to pick up
Mhm.
Funk instead because he's the one that made the original connection point.
Yep.
You sent a tweet. I don't know if we have the graphic. I'd love to pull it up if we do. You sent a tweet to Tech after this last tournament. We do have it. Awesome. Tech said, "Congrats, my boy. Very, very proud of you, brother." At Xynew, you responded saying, "Thank you for giving me a chance. You're the reason I'm here." You mean that is Tech the single-handed reason that opportunity to shine is the reason you got to this point where you're at now? It's pretty black and white, right?
Yeah, he taught when we would play. He would always help me and Funk tell us what we were doing wrong. He'd always be like really like serious about VOD reviews, like everything. Like he was definitely one of the main reasons,
That's insane, man. That's awesome. So not only did he take a chance, obviously get you guys into pro league, he also was a great mentor, taught you a lot about the game. Do you feel like if you joined another team, if you joined up with Cubs Camp or Techful or any other squad, do you feel like you'd be on Dark Zero right now?
No, I doubt it. I mean, I'd still like make a name for myself somehow, but I doubt I'd be anywhere near where I am right now.
Yep, I got to completely agree with you. And yeah, I have to say, man, I have a lot of respect for Tech. I have for a long time. I've shared that on LGS broadcast and elsewhere. For him to be the only pro who's still full time, the role that he has full time, the guy's a genius, and still be competing at a high level. To have gone through all the one thing I respect most about him is the adversity he's gone through in his career. To be on Furia as a top team with a really solid org, with some solid players, to go through the adversity of having to kind of work his way from the bottom back to the top. Actually, I see, as crazy as it is, I see a lot of myself in Tech from when I used to play video games professionally back in the day. I was at a similar point in my career, picked up a few amateur players, and then grinded my way back to the top. Was a top 2, top 3 team, much like Meat Lovers were. And it takes a certain type of leader. It takes a certain type of tenacity to do that, to not have given up. Yeah. And I got to completely agree with you. I think there's no way in hell that you would be on Dark Zero right now if Meat Lovers did not perform the way that y'all did, turning so many heads. I mean, at one point, were you guys a top 3 team in Pro League? Top 5?
Yeah, we
top
were.
7?
Yeah, I think we were top 3 like 2 weeks. Yeah,
that's insane. That's insane. Over TSM, who obviously had a bad start. Over NRG, over DZ, over so many teams who had all these rock star players. It's insane. Crazy to think about. So kudos to you, man. Shot to Tech, shot to that experience. Obviously, you had to do the tough thing to leave him for Dark Zero. There's been a lot of conversation. Look, Aiden has been approached by a lot of people. He stayed with Oxygen. He stayed loyal. Was it just a no-brainer? Tech know the bad news, and obviously the hard thing is with Tech, so many players come through. He trains them, he builds them up, and then they get this opportunity. Was he upset at first, or did he entirely understand? What was that experience like?
I mean, he understood completely. Like it's kind of hard to deny that, especially when we're unsigned, not making any money, and we're like, I mean, we weren't guaranteed for Pro League, or for LAN, but we were pretty much there. But I mean, it's kind of like a no-brainer,
Yeah, I gotta completely agree, and it's good that he took it that way. So let's. And I didn't realize number 1. Was it you? Yes, you were the number 1 kill leader in NA Pro League Split 2. That's insane. Yeah. Your first Pro League. I talk about you being the first rookie to win an LGS LAN tournament, but if I'm trying to remember correctly, I think Verholst may have been the first rookie to be a kill leader in Pro League when he was on ESA early on. I'd have to fact check that. But you were the number 1 Pro League in Split 2. You obviously started strong with Meat Lovers, and you ended strong with Dark Zero, the win in the regional final. Zero was behind you with 77. You had 82 kills. So did you just show up to Pro League and have no fear? Like, part of this story, the part that's craziest to me is how you went from Xbox kid to PC ranked grinder to joining your first like pro comp team with Meat Lovers to being number 1 kill leader. Like, it seems like it was an overnight switch. Obviously it wasn't. But did you have any fear? Did you feel any fear at all when you like played in that top tiered bubble of pro tier from Challenger Circuit, or did you just play the same way and did your thing?
I mean, I think it was like the first week I was a little nervous, like obviously like first pro league split ever, like can't not be nervous about that. It's like the same thing as land, like the first game. I mean, after that, I was very confident in like Funk as like in fighting, like we would always play together, and Tech would like beat us very well. So I mean, I was pretty confident after that first week.
That's awesome. And actually, on the topic of Funk, I think as we talked a lot about Tech, we talked about Yubbin. How about Funk? Was it helpful having a duo like Funk who could frag out with you on controller? And what are your thoughts on Funk? Because a lot of people thought like Xynew or Funk 50-50, either of you could have gone to DZ. Like you guys are both that good. I can't remember what team Funk is on right now. If I remember correctly, he's playing with Retzi and Senok.
Slayer.
Yeah, it's Slayer. That's what it was, Slayer. Yeah. Thoughts on Funk as a player, and do you think he played as equals roles you did to you and Tech to meet level success?
I think he was honestly like better than me most of the time with like how he played. Like he was so much more confident than me that it made me more confident. Like really helpful on the team. Like he hated doing VOD reviews. I didn't like doing VOD reviews either. But I mean, other than that, like he was very confident and really helpful to the team most of the time.
Wow. So I'm going to quickly talk about that. Tech had you guys on a pretty solid regimen, like a schedule. I mean, you guys were young kids. What was the schedule like? What was the mentality like? What was a day in the life of being Tech's teammate?
Well, he wanted to like VOD review whenever we like after most scrims. Like there was just a lot of shit he wanted to do, like go over most things, like new strats, like new comps. I mean, I didn't really mind it. Like I think VOD reviewing was really helpful. But yeah, it was annoying sometimes, but it was really helpful.
See that, and actually that even further backs up what we said earlier of like, would you be in the spot you're in now without having that meet lovers opportunity, and even further validates no. I think the fact that you got to join a team with a leader in Tech that basically could teach you what it's like to be a professional, I think we could not be overstated. So that's really, really interesting. Did you VOD review and do more prep with meet lovers than you do with Dark Zero?
Yeah, we don't VOD review at all. No, we go over a lot of shit, but like other than that, we don't VOD review and stuff. No.
Interesting. That's actually fascinating. So you guys basically were talk shop, talk strats, go over things, discuss, but don't necessarily VOD review.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Wow, very interesting. We're obviously going to transition to DZ here in a little bit. So moving on, segueing. Obviously, we talked a little bit about it. The move to Dark Zero was kind of a no-brainer. Tech understood. It was obvious to you. You then join DZ after a little bit of controversy, discussion. They were playing with Rambo. They were playing well with Rambo. And then it was like, okay, what the hell? Why'd they replace Rambo when they were playing well? They qualified for LAN. They got top 5, I think 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Obviously, the roster lock move, which is a big part of that. Did you feel pressure going into the regional playoffs to perform given the Rambo decision? Did you hear some of the chatter, or did you just stay locked and you didn't care what anyone else is saying? What was your perspective like?
They were already like 100% qualified for LAN, so that was like really helpful. And I mean, like people like thought it was a really big deal, but like I didn't really think it was that big a deal. I was just like showed up, like just played as a team and we did really good. I wasn't nervous as a team. I was just really confident because they're just both really good players,
Yep. And we actually have speaking of confidence, we actually have a clip showing how confident you truly were. A chance here. It is actually insane what you did in this first debut with Dark Zero. Speaking of Dark Zero, gets taken pretty much out of the fight. You're alone. You one clip of Fool turning on you. I think what team is this? I can't remember.
This is Madness wildcard team.
It was wildcard. Yes. Okay. It was wildcard.
Get that fucking kill! I'm being
We gotta hear the comments.
This isn't mine, Zero. Next one is. We can swing left. Yeah, 2 seconds. I'm just waiting out Bingle.
Bangles are fucking
waiting out Bingle. They're just gonna trade.
Go top bridge.
Yeah. One here.
Team of 2, by the way.
What? Punch one guy.
One clip, another Fool.
No, stop. Xynew, you are the best player in the game! You're the fucking best, cunt! Let's go!
You're fucking him.
Holy fuck, bro.
Bro, do you see what I did? You fucker, Shen.
Oh my god.
Boys, I think I made the right choice. Holy fuck.
He thinks he made the right choice. Speaking of confidence, clearly you had all the confidence. You can run it back here for a second. I'm okay with that. That was insane, man. Talk about that moment.
It was insane, man. I mean, I'll never forget that. That was like, I think it's my best Pro League clip so far. Just that entire game. But I mean, it's just surreal. That's insane.
Yeah, I think you said we were watching that clip before the show went live during a little bit of rehearsal. You said that was the most passion you've ever felt for Apex Legends.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, man. Oh, that day was something. We it's just like the match point. I'm 2 for 2 with match point with 0. I mean, we're just too good at it, you know.
It's crazy to think. Match point specialist, as Ansa said.
Yeah.
Insane to think about. It was actually that moment I was watching that live. I heard your guys' comms. I heard your passion. I heard your hype, your confidence, your excitement. I'm like, and I think I came to your stream that. I don't know if you remember. I came to your stream and I said, dude, you're it. You're next. You have it. I can just tell. And then you go to land them for the first time, man. It's just insane to think about. But the opportunity in front of you to play with DZ, we already talked about land a little bit, but the opportunity when you got signed, when you got the call from DZ, how'd you feel, man? What was going through your head? Could you believe it?
I mean, it was only between me and Funk. Like, there's no one else they were able to choose. So it's like, it's not like out of like unreasonable. But I mean, it was insane. I woke up and they said, we chose you. You know, I was like, okay, you know, time to show up. You know, like this is my fucking what's the word? My time. You know, my time. Yeah. So I
Carpe
mean,
diem,
yeah.
seize the day, seize the moment, your time. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. I love it, man. That's awesome. And then I think at that time, were you also not only were you playing in Kill Leader and Pro League, you were also #1 Pred, or you're competing with people for #1 in Pred. What was that?
That was after I joined Xynew and after regionals, but right before scrims, yeah, I was #1 Pred. And then I ended up just stop grinding for international scrims. I want to take it a lot more serious, you know, especially since I just on the team. Yeah,
that was a conscious decision you made.
Yeah, I didn't want to be I didn't want to join the team and then not play scrims. You know, that'd be a horrible look. You know.
Was there a world though where you played scrims, did all your responsibilities as a pro, but then still took home #1 Pred, or would have had to know life? There's no way.
Yeah, I'd have to know life it with the system and with peep and stuff like grinding. I'd have to be playing like 15 hours a day and then scrims too. So it would have been horrible. Yeah,
the system's a big part of that, right? Because you don't lose RP or whatever, LP, whatever they call it now. So basically, it's just about with this system. I didn't even think about that. Obviously, there's been a lot of challenges with the system that everyone knows. With regards to there's no punishment. You just how many people are masters. Everyone talks about how many people are masters. That stat line. Perhaps a big issue for an even bigger issue, obviously a big issue for y'all, is the race for #1 Pred is now literally just who grinds the most, right? Is that simple as that?
Yeah. That's just like who plays the most. Yep.
Wow. That's interesting. Hey, by the way, there's no disrespect to Peep. I got a lot of respect for We the People. I mean, speaking of grind, speaking of passion, his come up is entirely deserved. He's earned it. But that's a very, very good point. All right, so that's fantastic. Let's talk about the LAN a little bit. We obviously talked about the experience and high level. We're going to talk about the LAN. Before we jump into the LAN, were you intimidated at all coming into play with Zero? Because Zero is an IGL versus Tech is an IGL. Two pretty different people. How would you compare the two of them?
Yeah, he's definitely more like confident about his calls and stuff, and like he always if he wants to do something, you just listen and you do it. But I mean, he's just like overall, he like I said, he's more confident, so it doesn't matter. You just do what he wants to do, and it works out. You know, like a lot more experience overall, and it's just like you can trust the calls a lot more.
So that's the biggest difference is the way in which he IGLs with confidence makes it easier for you to just shoot your gun. Would you say that?
Yeah, definitely.
Got it. What about as a teammate? He seems like a big hype man. No one really, to be honest, no one really knows Zero like that. He's your teammate. He's your brother. Now you guys won a championship together. Describe Zero for everybody.
I mean, everyone thinks he's just like some toxic guy that that just yells at his teammates, and it's just not true. He's like really supportive overall. Like, he'll hype up his teammates. Like, I don't know if he like if anyone like listened in on the comms overall, but he's always just like hyping everyone up. Just trying to make everyone just like play their best, stuff like that.
That's awesome. How about Jen Burton?
Jen's the nicest, man. Jen's the nicest. I think everyone knows that. Yeah, he's just the nicest.
Pure kindness from that man. That's it. Pure kindness.
Nothing wrong.
That's awesome, dude. Does he's very kind, but he's also very passionate. He could talk a little smack. He could have a little fun, but that's just from like a joking perspective. He's never like actually mean to anybody. Is that valid?
Yeah. He's very jokey, just the kind of guy.
That's awesome. It's basically copy and paste from his father, which is great.
Yep.
If anyone that's met his father, he's the exact same way.
Yeah,
Two
exactly,
great
yeah.
humans, two great people. They're enjoying a well-deserved trip in Turkey right now, post holiday event. Are you enjoying? You guys are on basically a team vacation, team break for a little while.
Yeah,
You're enjoying, obviously, besides getting sick. You enjoy being back home, celebrating with the fam?
Yeah, sleeping in my own bed's really nice, but yeah, I think we have scrims in a few weeks, so we'll start that back up again.
And one quick question back to DZ, which is the transition from Meat Lovers. You had to change characters. You changed Legends going to DZ. You went from a very frag heavy role with Bangalore to playing Seer, a little more utility, and you did it with relatively no problem. You ended up winning. And did you play Seer in the regional final?
No, I played Bang.
You played Bang in the regional final.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had some time to practice in scrims. What was the transition like? Because those are two very different characters, right? What was the transition like from Bang to Seer? Did it feel like a transition? You're playing more of a utility support role, calling things out, scanning for your team, etc., or not really?
I mean, no, it's definitely I still have a really big problem with like not scanning around sometimes with like end games, but in scrims it was a little hard. I had to get used to like not just like playing in the open and stuff and like your positioning, but I think I've got used to it a lot. It's definitely a lot easier now, but I still have a big problem with like scanning, and like in 10-10 games and stuff, and like trying to find like spots. Seer's a really hard character. I think he's one of the hardest characters there for comp and stuff. You have to be really careful about like your utility and stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's one of the biggest misnomers is like Seer's so overpowered, so easy to use, nerf Seer, ban Seer, but in actuality, you would actually rank Seer as one of the harder characters in terms of skill gap to learn and play.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't just throw smokes and get loose and have
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bangalore is probably the opposite, right? Bangalore has got to be one of the easiest.
Very very easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Stepped out was like my first land playing Bangalore. I'm like, all right, dude, you just throw smokes and you get speed boost. Not just playing. I always got to give time.
No.
I think we have a graphic and BMac. Oh, real quick, sorry. Quick question for our producer. BMac, are you live to the audience or just to me? Okay, our producer, I just want to make sure you guys couldn't hear him, so I wasn't cutting him off. He said something about effects. Say it again, BMac. I don't know if you could talk to the audience here. That'd be fantastic if you can.
Yeah, so when people compared like Effect to you as like the two controller rookies coming into LAN, but Effect was playing like Horizon, like a more frag oriented character, while you were playing Seer. Like, how does that comparison work out?
I mean, everyone was like, after LAN, everyone was like shit talking me about that. Like, I didn't get it, but I mean, I
people
play
were shit talking you. I feel like the other way around.
They were saying that like Effect's like way better, and like I play Seer in Zone, and he plays Horizon and Edge, so like I don't think it's very like comparable,
Oh, I see. Everyone was shit talking, saying Effect was the kill leader. You were.
Yeah.
Did you still get? Where'd you end up in the kill leader race? Top 10, top 5?
Yeah, I was still like top 10, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Somewhere top 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. That's actually really interesting. It's so easy to look at the kill leader stat page, see the number, not see a legend next to their name. Actually, we should have a character next to their name because that's a very good point. A team that plays a little more edge heavy, DZ's always been known to play very smart edge style, can take fights when they need to. Obviously, back in the day, it was with Gibraltar and Caustic, as hard edge as it got. That's how they won champs. That's how they won Sweden, rinse and repeat. But now you're on Seer. Compared to Horizon on edge is a big night and day difference.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that. So that's a really good point.
Mm-hmm.
And Seer in itself is a little bit more of a support. Would you agree? Do you play Seer as obviously more support, more utility for your team? Like you think of some of the best Seers in the game, you think of Reps and others. Did you have to become more of a support player as opposed to just like shooting your gun, or do you still feel like you can get loose and shoot?
Yeah, I think with his new abilities, with like his stun and stuff, I think he's very more aggressive. Like he used to be like you have to play support or you're just dead. But now with the Seer scan, I think you can play a lot more like loose and stuff, and you don't get punished as hard.
That's a good point. So yeah, you can now be a little more of an aggressive player with Seer based on that. You can get higher kills, etc. Yeah, that is valid. Although there's some discussion about who's going to be playing Seer on your team. I think we have a graphic of a little bit of a tweet or banter. So you did make the decision that Zero will be playing Seer.
Yeah.
What's the backstory there? I know there was a little joke about getting top 3.
I was like, because I've been saying since we were playing scrims and I was on Seer, I was like, yo, when am I gonna get off Seer 0? And he's like, he never really told me. And then we were at LAN, I think it was like right before finals, like maybe winners. He's like, all right, if we get top 3 at LAN, I'll play Seer. But he was like joking around. And then we won. So I just troll tweeted. And
You made the executive decision as
yeah,
the
I've
brand
decided.
new.
Yes.
Are you Tama? Are you technically? I don't know if you could. You think you can share this? Are you technically signed by DZ yet, or is that a little bit of a
Yeah.
trial?
No, I've been signed. Yeah.
Okay, so you were signed before LAN.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that should be the case. That's awesome. Glad to
Yeah.
hear that's the case. So good. As the brand new member of the team, you made the executive decision. You're back on Bangalore.
Yeah.
Zero's on. That's awesome, man. Okay, so jumping into the LAN a little bit, I want to get your take. It was hilarious, man. Please on behalf of the entire Apex community, I need you to text Zero and Jen as soon as this show's over, saying never change. Because the banter between y'all and Aurora was some of the best content I think I've seen between pro players. For some reason, we don't get a lot of pros with not a ton of pros with like deep, great personalities that are down to talk trash and have fun and make things interesting. And I could probably name on two hands or one hand. Zero, Jen Burton, certainly on those hands. Talking about the contest with Aurora, I think you guys pretty handedly beat them in scrims, yet they still didn't leave. What was that like? Walk me through it.
The score was like double like what they had beat us. I think it was like 50 or something. Like it was insane. It was lucky just a waste of time. But every time we would get up 7 a.m. for me, want to contest them, and then we just shit talk each other in the oversight court. And then as soon as we went to LAN, it was just like we would shit talk each other there. Like it wasn't any different. And then the Twitter beef was insane. Like, but
so
like
funny.
their org account was going crazy, but it was funny. It was funny.
See, they don't have as big a followings as y'all, so I missed. I have to go back and look at them. I missed some of their org tweets. I missed some of their tweets. I only saw Zero and Jen Burton's tweets.
Yeah.
Was their org, and were they also going as hard as y'all were?
I mean, our org wasn't going as hard, but they were definitely like they were going pretty crazy. But Zero was fucking making his profile pic like their 20th place and stuff. It was funny.
Yeah, exactly, and kept it when he won the championship.
Mhm.
That was his profile pic was Aurora in 20th place.
Yep.
Actual comedy. Like I said, please. Was it all in game trash talk though, or did it ever get a little heated in person? Anything happen in person?
I mean, we were right next to each other in the warm up area, and we contested them in scrims. And he turned around and yelled at them, but like other than that,
that's in game.
Yeah,
That's in game trash talk, bro.
That's
it.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys kept it in game. I love it, man. God, that's fantastic. They ended up not making the final lobby, right?
Yeah, they didn't make finals though.
Top 30? I think they got top 30.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Dude, that's funny. Goes to show who the alpha was. They did contest you guys in Harvester. Walk us through it at the actual LAN itself. And I should know this offhand, but I don't. Obviously, the entertainment was hilarious. You guys 6-0'd them to start, but then they brought it back and it ended up being decently even, right?
No, they like 6-0'd the first day. So
that's
they
just like caught around.
Yeah, they hadn't like done anything that what they did at LAN was completely different than what they did in scrims. They just copied our play style, and we were like completely caught off on it.
Which was what? What was the play style? Give us the detail.
Well, they just copied our comp and did exactly what we did. We would have one person land on the side, and 2 people go middle, or like switch it up depending on what was happening. And they just completely copied that, and then beat us that day. And then we just like switched up our comp to what we used to do in the beginning, and then just 3-0'd them on the day.
Damn, I didn't realize that. So they basically made it a 50-50 then is what you're saying. They dropped exactly where you were.
That's when they would win the most, when they would make it a 50-50. And we would do like whatever we could to not make it a 50-50, because that's when you don't win most of the time, you know?
And they're MNK. They say MNK has a slight bin opening advantage. Is that true or is that a myth?
I don't know. They just blamed it on ping if they ended up losing.
They did on ping, yeah.
Yeah.
Which on LAN you can't do. Y'all got the same ping.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Simple as that. And y'all got the last laugh. You held the trophy up. Either way, it was hilarious, man. Like I said, make sure, let the boys know, please never change. And also let Zero know we need more of his personality. I gave him a little bit of a lecture on LAN because it's true, man. That guy is awesome personality. So many people want to learn and get to know more about him, want to watch him. He's so much fun to watch. With that said, obviously I love the fact that you're always grinding, man. What is your why? What would you say is the reason that you put in the hours streaming and you do these interviews even though you're sick? Like, is it just gratitude because 8 months ago you were so far from this spot? Is it just how you were raised? What is your why that keeps you grinding so hard?
I mean, I just want to keep getting better at everything, like growing all my socials, like pretty much all like gaming stuff, I just want to like get better at everything, like all that stuff. Like, and I do want to grow my stream and stuff like that. Like, that's my biggest goal right now after like winning the LAN and stuff. And yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it.
That's amazing. It's innate? It sounds like it's just yourself. You're self-motivated, or is it similar to
Yeah.
Hal, where his dad was very hard on him, or do you have any like deeper story there? Is it just you? Is it just innate?
Yeah, I think I'm just self-motivated. Yeah.
Awesome, man. It's a good characteristic to have. Never lose that. Never change.
Yeah.
So yeah, shaking off the nerves. The Aurora contest. You guys lost for the first day. Changed things up. Came back. You said the very first game you were a little bit nervous. For those that just started tuning in, this is the beginning of the show. Very first game, maybe you were a little bit nervous, but then you guys ended up getting second that day. Gave you all the confidence you need to start dominating. So you guys played well in group stage. Winners bracket and match point. You guys were uncontested, yet you still got 8th in winners bracket round 1. 3 placements away from being knocked to losers bracket. Do you remember that match at all? What went wrong there, even though you were uncontested?
I mean, it was just like a tough day in general. We didn't really like do anything wrong. It was just like overall just an unlucky day, and we still ended up getting like 8th. So, uh, at least we didn't like mess up really big that day. So we came into finals like being sort of confident about it. Like getting 8th after not messing up at all and just getting really unlucky is still pretty good.
So that's what you felt. You felt like it wasn't like you guys played terrible.
Yeah.
All 3 had good vibes. 8th place, not the best placement. I don't think you even got a top 3 finish in any of those games. So you guys kind of lacked the consistency that you normally had, but you still had all the confidence in the world going into Sunday.
Yep.
That's awesome. What's it like after winning winners bracket round 1? I think on that Saturday, you're done. You just get to watch losers finals. What's it like just being able to kick back? What were you guys doing Saturday night to prep? Were you just keeping it chill, good vibes, enjoying your KFC like I saw you in the lobby on Friday night? Or what were you guys doing on Saturday night?
Yeah, we just watched the losers bracket and then just go to the hotel and chill and stuff. I don't want to like
Strats?
overdo it or anything.
Did ZZ have you guys on a regimen? Talk strats?
No,
talk
he just figures it out, and then we go to game day, and he like tells us what we're doing, and we're like, oh, okay. Yeah,
actually, that's one thing I want to dig into. Tons of, and obviously it was before it was actually right after you joined the team. PvP gets replaced as coach. I asked Zero, I asked Jim Burton some of the detail there. He said he didn't really want to talk too much about it, so I won't ask you the same thing. But let's focus more on Nick, on ZZ. He came in, brand new coach, was on a bit of a trial. You guys were looking for a coach, earned the spot pretty damn quick. Why did he earn the spot, and what did he do to earn the spot in your eyes? What does he continue to do for you all?
I mean, he's just really helpful for the team. He does a lot of stuff that we like. Like overall, if we do something like bad, like me in general or Jen in general, he'll like talk to us about it, like in a separate call. Be like, yeah, I think you should start working on this. And I think that's just really helpful overall for the team and stuff. And we'll figure out the strats that like some of us might not see. Like Zero, like even me sometimes. And he just like has a different perspective, and we're like, oh, okay, that actually isn't a bad idea at all. And yeah, he's just like helpful overall for the team a lot.
Yeah, it's really good insight. For those that don't know, maybe don't follow Apex as closely, ZZ, aka Nick, was Rising Star coach, about a year ago. Was around from the same era of Raven, coach TSM and a few others. I believe was the coach for KCP early on. Nasky's coach over in EU was kind of discovered early. Nasky was bummed to have lost him because he lost him to FaZe Clan, right? A great org, pays well. He was the coach of FaZe. And then FaZe announced that they were making a decision to replace him, which is a complete shock because a lot of people know how great of a coach he is. Getting some insight there, and without divulging too much or getting too much detail, I think that there just wasn't a great fit for FaZe because to what you just said, Xynew, he's very hands-on and very involved. And I think Phony has such a good grasp on things, and Snipedown is kind of secondary IGL to Phony. They feel like they know the game well enough; they can decide the strats. They just wanted a coach or an analyst to give them information, right? Statistics, numbers, analysis, where teams dropping, rotating, etc. Whereas Nick is a very hands-on coach, it seems like. So he ended up joining Dark Zero. It seems like he fits like a glove. Is it like a true sports team coach relationship, like Bill Belichick for the Patriots, where he basically builds the playbook and the strategy book for y'all? And is Zero okay being hands-off and just IGLing in game? Or what's the dynamic like between Zero and ZZ?
They work together with each other a lot on the stuff they like think they need to do. Like they'll go into customs with each other. Overall, I think they work together a lot. Like it's not just Nick and stuff. They just like if they don't like something, or if like Nick doesn't like something, or Zero doesn't like something, they tell each other that. And then they just like figure out another idea and like what else they could do.
That's awesome. So they're both pretty hands-on, pretty involved, which is a good thing, right? It's good to have a secondary opinion, checks and balances. Check each other and also fight sometimes, disagree sometimes, healthy disagreement. Sounds like that's the case. That makes sense. That's a great dynamic. Very interesting. Well, clearly the impact has been there. What was the reason you switched off of banning and onto Seer? Was it because of Nick, or was it Zero, or what was the reason?
I used to like be really bad of like I would like get picked a lot, and so one thing Zero thought is like put me on Seer, so I'd play a little different, like think about my positioning a lot more, and then maybe go back on Bang eventually. But we ended up doing like pretty good on me on Seer, so we just stuck with it at LAN and stuff, and then yeah, we ended up winning.
That makes sense. So basically, playing Seer slowed you down and
Yeah.
helped you make less stupid plays, getting picked or getting caught out.
Yep.
Makes sense. Yep, that's interesting. Well, moving forward, championship bracket, championship Sunday, the grand finals. What a whirlwind! What a final! It was so much fun to watch. This is the first clip we have that's not of you all, of DZ, but it was a pretty big moment in the grand scheme of things. Let's pull up the clip of Scurry and his Horizon lift that saved your ass and saved your life.
Yeah.
Xset a 4-3 as well as TSM.
It's a battle of North America in the final circle, and someone's going to have to take down
At this
one
point,
of their
TSM was
regional
74.
friends
They're in
if they
first by
want this
quite a
tournament to
while.
keep
They're on
going.
high ground. Are you watching? You knew it was TSM because their play style. Are you thinking TSM's going to win this game? Are you scared?
We were watching Xset under them, and we saw them holding out the Horizon Q, and we're like, okay, they're gonna Q on them, and TSM like didn't realize it was even happening. And they honestly got smoked. Like it's not like it would have mattered. Xset like destroyed them, but if TSM didn't end up winning it, as you see here, Scurry throws a Horizon Q for FaZe. I mean, it's kind of just over for them. Like it's pretty impossible for them to win that game.
FaZe is a Horizon-less team comp.
Yep.
Here's Xset's point of view. Okay, so Xset actually pushed first. That allowed FaZe to win over Xset. Either way, you think TSM's not winning that. You weren't shaking your boots necessarily. Xset made the play. FaZe secured the play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes sense. And this is the best right here. The game chat in pro lobbies is unmatched. If you guys do not, just fans of ALGS, read game chat and laugh. You're living under a rock. Scurry, thank you for the Horizon Q. You are a legend. Scurry says no problem.
Yep.
That was the best. Obviously, it was Xset that already had done the business. You guys felt confident. And was that the game before the next game you guys won, or was it the game after that?
I think the game after that, for sure, yeah.
Yep. And we watched for those that are just tuning in, make sure to run this back. We watched the game-winning moment. That's how we started the show, with the moment that Dark Zero won. And, of course, Xynew got crowned as the champion. We talked about that. We talked about the winning moment. Championship finals all up, though. Playing in a match point final in a regional final online versus on LAN. What was the difference in your eyes there? What was the experience like playing in that match point final? And what was the competition like?
Honestly, I don't think it's much different. People take regionals and LAN extremely serious. Like regionals is really important to some people. Yeah, I mean it's
the lobby was just as sweaty in your eyes.
Yeah, just as sweaty. Honestly, I don't think it was much different at all. I mean, some people even say regionals is harder than like LAN finals and stuff. Which I mean, I don't have enough experience to answer that. Like, it did seem like it to me.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Any other macro stories? Obviously, we talked a lot about you guys winning, but TSM in second. It seems like right now, you and TSM are the top two big dogs. We don't have the clip, sadly, but we had Verholst on the show the same night you came on After Hours live from London on Thursday night, and he said he's actually not afraid of Alliance. Everyone was hyping up Alliance because they were dominating group stages. He said his biggest competition, his biggest threat is y'all, which ended up being 1 and 2, which is crazy to think. Do you feel like you and TSM are a step ahead of everybody else, or do you think Xset, Alliance, a few of the other teams are right there behind y'all?
I think the way they play is completely different than like how us and TSM play. Alliance are really like late rotate and stuff still, and they just like rotate in and end up killing a team, which is really like, I mean, anything can happen. It's really unreliable, and TSM and us just play zone. So I mean, it's really consistent overall.
So you think that, and that's a good point. That's the difference maker, right? And I think it was Verholst that also talked about it. If you play Edge, you're going to dominate groups because you're going to farm that aren't maybe as skilled, which is why Alliance dominated and farm groups. But playing Edge in grand finals is a lot harder because a lot more teams play zone, play 4 zone, and you're not just going to rotate in on Edge for free. Alliance ended up getting top 10 still, a really, really solid tournament weekend. But Verholst called them a group stage team. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, honestly, I kind of have to. I know they don't like being called a group stage team, but like, I mean, it's just how it works out.
Interesting. Effect though, talking about Effect. You think he's the? I know you said earlier you got a little bit of flack for his dominance in the overall kill leaderboards. You're a
Yeah.
little further down but you think that's because you played Seer.
Yeah.
Do you think Effect is the truth? You think you're better than
Yeah,
him?
I think he's really good. I mean, I can't say I'm better than him. I think he's really good, but it's just like it's kind of hard to compare me and him. You know, when we play completely different play styles. You know, I also play here, so I mean, he's still really good though, an insane player.
Respect shown. I love it. We're gonna do a little fun segment if you're cool with it. It's gonna be like a rapid fire, quick questions, get to know Xynew segment. Is that okay?
Yep. Yeah, sounds good.
This isn't. We usually have a run a show. You're probably looking at it too. This is not on the run a show. This is literally just off the cuff, not non-scripted. This is going to come from the brain or from the noggin. First things first. We're going to keep it Apex oriented. First legend you ever played in your first game of Apex Legends. Who was it?
Oh, I don't know. I think Wraith.
Wraith. That's a good choice.
I think so. Yeah.
If favorite Apex Legend, if you could pick one character you had to play for the rest of your life, who would it be?
It's probably Bang.
It is. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Favorite map?
World's Edge.
Favorite gun?
R3 or R9. Either of those.
You're a fan of both of them. Thoughts on the Nemesis?
That's OP. It's just OP.
Favorite game mode that is not Battle Royale, so like mixtape or anything else?
Control for sure. Control's really fun.
Nice. Favorite video game of all time?
I'd say BO3 or BO2. Call of Duty.
You're a COD kid.
Yeah.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox.
I already knew that. I said to
Yeah.
I got a little eyes. Snickers or Kit Kats?
Ooh, Snickers for sure.
Twix or Snickers?
Ooh, Snickers.
Damn, Snickers is dominating this winner's bracket. Kit Kat or Twix?
I'd say Twix.
Okay. Reese's or Snickers?
Reese's for sure.
Okay. Snickers, you already answered. So Snickers versus Reese's. Reese's wins. Reese's is alpha.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I wholeheartedly agree with that final decision. But
don't know about
Twix,
Snickers.
Snickers over Twix is blasphemy. That's just
think so?
That's just wild. Oh yeah, 100%. If you could vacation anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I don't know. That's hard. There's a lot of places I want to go. I don't know if I have like an answer to that one.
There's only one answer, and I'll give you a hint. I'm there right now.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. I mean,
what it was?
I don't remember the name, but I don't.
You're terrible, bro.
I think there's other places.
No, don't you dare.
I think there's other places.
Second off, it's the best vacation spot in the universe. You're wild. Actually, no, there's some good like Bora Bora. I get it. Let's see what else we got. Favorite cuisine, like type of cuisine to eat.
I don't know. What's yours?
You just put a reversal on me? What is this?
I have to. I don't know.
Mine, pound for pound, taste wise, Mexican. Overall, all things considered, Mediterranean because of health.
Yeah.
Italian's also goated. Those are my top three. But there's also Chinese. Have you ever had Indian food before?
Yeah, I like Indian food a lot. I'm a big
like Indian food.
Yeah, like butter naan and then like the butter chicken. It's so good.
Maybe now you have to answer the question. Which is your favorite cuisine?
It's probably Chinese food.
Chinese food.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good choice. That's a very good choice. Chinese is great. Imperial, Hal, or Zero? Who's the better IGL? And don't just say Zero because he's your teammate.
Definitely Zero. Definitely Zero.
Look at him. You cut me off. I couldn't even finish the question, bro. Of course I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Top 5 controller players in Apex Legends, including yourself. You have to rank them. Have some balls here. Go.
Verhols.
Start with 5. Start with 5.
Okay, I'd have to rank them like.
No, you can start with 1. It's harder to start with 5. You can start with 1. Go with 1. And
Okay.
overall, not just like aim. Overall, like all things. Overall, like a mad
Verhols. I'm gonna put myself in second. Big ego. Guild. Jen. And Hal up there. We'll put Hal up there.
Hal's a good choice.
Yeah.
Hal's a good choice. Damn, no effect top 5. Kill leader, say what?
Dude, there's so many controller players. I was just thinking off the head, you know.
That's okay. No, it's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, how you really feel. No, I'm just playing. Top 3 mouse and keyboard players in the world.
I think Zero's first, especially since he's IGL still. Who else? Who are some main? Nathan's really
Hockey's,
good.
reps, fun FPS.
Ooh,
There's
yeah.
all the Aurora guys.
I think
Aurora.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I
Bringing
can't
up
see
Aurora?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah,
I brought up
I
Aurora.
can't.
That was too soon. Too soon.
Okay,
Sorry.
Zero. I'd
Vayne?
say Zero, Nathan, and Fun.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't throw Sweet in there.
Yeah. No, he doesn't play the game enough. Maybe I can't give it to him. No.
Called out. Is controller OP?
Yeah, it definitely is.
It is. You think it is?
Yeah.
All things considered, you really think it is? Not just like 1v1 firing range.
I think MK is still really good if you're like, if you know how to play it in like a LAN environment and stuff like that. But overall, controllers.
Overall, it is. Do you think the controller was nerfed a little bit on LAN? A lot of people were saying that it's not as good on LAN. MNK is
I don't think so.
You didn't feel that way.
I don't know.
You were locked in.
Yeah.
Let's do some other fun ones. Who's the best looking Apex Legends player?
Sight down.
I didn't even hesitate, bro. Who's the worst looking? Who's the worst looking? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not answering that.
Don't answer that question.
No.
I'm just kidding. Who's the funniest Apex Legends player?
Xenox is really funny.
Xenox. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He just doesn't stream enough. No one knows that.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. If you could go pro in any other game that isn't Apex Legends, what game would it be? And like it could be any game, not the ones you've played.
Okay, I'm not even an MNK player, but Valorant. Valorant looks really fun.
Valorant looks fun. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Does, yeah.
That's a really good choice. Sometimes if you're just cracked at Valorant, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What are your hobbies outside of Apex Legends?
I've started to go to gym. I don't really do any other stuff. I'm gonna start trying to do more stuff, but yeah, it's just like gym and Apex and stream and stuff.
Got it. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers, I guess. I don't know.
That was a weird one. I don't know why I asked that one. Don't judge me. Twitch chat on YouTube comments. You're allowed to judge that. What else we got? A would you rather that I'm going to come up with the top of my head. Would you rather? No, I'm not going to do that. It's just going to continue to get weird. We're going to wrap it up there. That was this rendition of Get to Know via some rapid fire questions. Hope you all enjoyed. Xynew, you're awesome, man. Let's wrap up with some closing thoughts and actually like a little bit of what's next, man. You're a LAN champion. Yeah. You've reached the pinnacle. Obviously, winning championships is the logical next step. But what can we expect from you now that you're back home? Obviously, once you get over this sickness, getting ready for champs. What's next for you?
Definitely a lot of streams. We're not contested, and we shouldn't be at least in champs scrims or champs at all. So hopefully, be streaming those. Yeah, just I want to do a lot more. I realized once I went to LAN, I just like haven't been doing a lot of stuff. So there's a lot I want to do.
That's awesome. Like IRL stuff, like going to the gym,
yeah,
you go to the
like
gym and things like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
A lot of IRL stuff. Yeah.
I like that. If you need a little workout regimen, I got a really simple like starter program. It tells you what to do. Very, very easy.
Yeah.
5 days a week. I got you if you need.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
Easy peasy. So that we can expect a jacked Xynew at ALGS Championships in Birmingham.
Yep.
You had to keep that secret. That was hard to keep as a secret. That was big news. Birmingham, UK. Thoughts on Birmingham as a location over London?
It looks horrible. I'm not gonna lie, but it's something different, So
here's the thing: a lot of people are like Birmingham. The city I heard is not a lot to do, but people don't realize Insomnia Gaming Fest is going on at the exact same time and is supposedly a really, really big gaming festival. And I think they're going to do some type of collaboration, co-marketing thing with them. So hopefully it'll be a jam-packed stadium because of that. Like if you have an Insomnia pass, you get in. I don't know what the plan is for that, but I just know that that's going on. I feel like there's got to be something there. So would it be worth it if there's an insane crowd for you at least?
Yeah, I think the stadium's a lot better, but Birmingham in general, it doesn't look that nice.
That's fair. But let's be honest. Did you do a whole lot of sightseeing in London?
No. I think I'm going to do more this time. I just wanted to get back home, I haven't traveled like that ever, so
yeah,
I think next time I will.
Exactly, especially because you're 17 years old. I don't blame you one bit. Your mom was a nervous wreck as well. It sounded like. Hopefully, your mom can join you. Is she coming to this next LAN? Your family? Any family members?
Maybe my mom is. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Yeah. TBD. You should 100% travel after. Take a nice little vacation. You earned it, man. Congratulations, $100,000 ALGS champion, the first rookie to ever do it. The second rookie, I believe, I have to do my math, to be the kill leader in his first pro league split. A remarkable human. I asked him to describe himself in a few words at the beginning of the show. Make sure to run that back and watch that. But I can attest, a very, very kind, nice, loving person. Make sure to check out his stream. For those that don't know, where can they find you? It looks like we got your Twitter up on screen, but how often do you stream, and where else can we find you?
I try to stream every day, and then daily YouTube videos. So all that stuff, yeah.
Put in the work. Kid's got a good head on his shoulders, and he's also got a trophy to raise above his shoulders as well. Congratulations on the ALGS championship for Split 2 playoffs. Xynew, the one and only, the rookie, great kid overall. Thanks for taking the time, especially while sick. I appreciate it, man. For everyone that's watching, thank you for watching. This is Apex After Hours, the Apex Experience, a one-on-one exclusive interview, just getting to know people in the Apex scene. Look, the whole goal of this podcast, this show, is to give people a chance to tell their stories, because I think we need to do more story building to put a name to a face to a stream in Apex Legends. A lot of people know who people are, but they don't know why people exist, why they do what they do, and the backstory. So the goal is to get as many people through this show as possible to give you all a chance to get to know the person behind the gamer tag. I hope you all enjoyed. Please give us any feedback. This will be live, I believe, on YouTube and Spotify. So check out us on all platforms. Any feedback you have, please let us know at Apex After Hours on Twitter, or at Falloutt with 2 T's on Twitter. We would appreciate any feedback. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see other people on this show, please let us know. We got a little bit of an announcement coming soon as to who's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good day or evening here if you're in Europe with me. Xynew, thanks again for joining, man. I appreciate it.